Hey Zoa, you okay?
Assalamu
Sounds like
alaikum
you're hearing
everyone,
some
it's me
frustrating
Gulfur,
work.
student of Rehan School Online Academy. Today we have a special guest who is called Annie. Hello call Annie, and today our topic is about air, breathing life into language. So my first question is, how does air help us speak and communicate?
Wa alaikum assalam Zoha. Hi Abdul. Lovely opening, warm and clear. Nice energy. Here's a short polished version you can use on your slide or say aloud, plus a simple answer to your question and a one-line German translation if you want. Polished opening, natural, confident. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm a local student from Rehan School and a Of course, here's the direct answer to your question. How does air help us speak and communicate? Short answer, air powers speech. When we exhale, air moves past the vocal cords in the larynx, making them vibrate and produce sound. We then shape that sound into speech using the tongue, lips, teeth, and mouth. Clear, controlled breathing also helps us speak more clearly, and with better volume and expression. One sentence version for your presentation. Air makes speech possible. Exhaled air vibrates the vocal cords and mouth parts, shape those sounds into words. Want that translated into German or a short line to practice saying aloud?
So my next question is, what happened to our body when we do not get enough air?
Good question, Zoha, important and clear. Short answer first, then a simple slide line and a practice sentence. Short answer, when we don't get enough air, oxygen, our body and brain start to suffer. At first we feel short of breath, dizzy, and tired. If oxygen stays low, heart rate and breathing change, our brain can't work well, confusion, fainting. Organs begin to fail, and prolonged oxygen loss can be life-threatening. Simple slide bullets. Less oxygen, right arrow, shortness of breath, rapid breathing. Brain affects, right arrow, dizziness, confusion, fainting. Body affects, right arrow, fast heart rate, weakness, chest pain. Lung lack, right arrow, organ damage, possible death. One sentence for speaking. If we don't get enough air, our brain and organs quickly stop working properly, causing dizziness, confusion, and, in severe cases, lasting harm or death. Short German translation, optional slide. Wenn wir nicht genug Luft bekommen, leiden Gehirn und Organ schnell. Schwindel, Verwirrung und im Ernstfall bleibend Schäden oder Todesgefahr. Mindful rehearsal cue, breathe with me. Take one slow, deep breath in for 4 counts, hold one out for 6. Then say the one-sentence line clearly. Want a very short example story or a visual you can use on the slide, like someone climbing stairs and getting out of breath?
Okay, so my next question is, why do writers and poets often use air as a symbol?
Great question, Zoha, lovely topic. Poets and writers use air as a symbol for many reasons. Short answer first, then a few examples you can use in your presentation. Short answer. Air is invisible, essential, and everywhere, so writers use it to represent life, freedom, change, thoughts, spirit, and the invisible forces that move people. Why air works as a symbol, bullet points. Life and survival. Air equals breath equals life. Losing breath can mean death or loss. Freedom and movement. Air feels open and free, so it stands for liberty and escape. Change and impermanence. Breezes and wind suggest shifting feelings or changing times. Invisible feelings and thoughts. Air is invisible but felt, like emotions, ideas, or the soul. Mood and atmosphere. Wind or still air can set tone, peaceful, tense, or ominous. Connection and communication. Breath links people, speaking, singing, so air can mean language or connection. Quick examples you can read or show. He felt a fresh wind of hope. Wind equals new chance, chain. Her last breath left like a sigh. Breath equals life ending or relief. The silence was thick as the air. Air describes mood and atmosphere. Poets use wind to show invisible forces, time, fate, moving characters. One short line to say in your talk. Poets use air because it is both invisible and essential. A perfect way to show life, freedom, and feeling without naming them directly. Want 2-3 short poetic lines, original, you can include on your slide as examples. Or a German translation of the one-line summary.
Okay, so my next question is, what common phrases in English use the word air?
Nice, good question, Zoha. Ears show up in lots of common English phrases. Here are short, useful ones you can use in your presentation, with quick meanings and a tiny practice sentence for each. Common phrases with ear. Lend an ear, listen to someone. Practice, can you lend me an ear for a minute? Turn a deaf ear, ignore something on purpose. Practice, she turned a deaf ear to the criticism. In one ear and out the other, you hear something but forget it immediately. Practice, he heard the advice, but it went in one ear and out the other. Music to my ears, something you like hearing. Practice, that news was music to my ears. Play it by ear, decide what to do as things happen, no plan. Practice, let's play it by ear and see how the weather goes. Have an ear for something. Be good at noticing or appreciating something, often music or language. Practice, she has a good ear for accents. Wet behind the ears, inexperienced, naive. Practice, he's new to the job and still wet behind the ears. The ear of the public, the attention of many people. Practice, the campaign gained the ear of the public quickly. Close to the ear/earworm. Earworm equals a song stuck in your head. Practice, that song is an earworm, it won't leave my head. Keep your ear to the ground. Watch for early signs or news. Practice, keep your ear to the ground for any updates. Want translations for any of these into German? Or do you want a little role-play practice, where I say a line and you reply? Also, breathe slowly before practicing. One calm breath helps your voice. Perfido, Zoha, atimo trabalho. Si quiser passo. Revisar suas falas inglares para apresentar. Traduzier qualquer phrase para a lema.